Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Welcome back to my channel, and thank you so much. Thank you so much for allowing me to be part of your day, guys. This is this video isn't one that I would normally put out, but it's played very. It's it's broken my heart. Um, I had mentioned casually, I know I did in one or two videos, about a young man named Will that goes by the name Will Survives, and he lives in the mountains in a place called Little Alaska in New Mexico. And I'm pretty sure that I was telling Russell, who I did informants with most recently, about this young man who built this cabin with, what is it, bushcraft. And what happened was he originally built a cabin out in the woods, and it was on federal property, which he didn't know, and he had to take it down. And that gave him a little bit of TikTok traction. And from there, somebody had offered him some land. And when I say young, this kid's 18, 19. He's 20 now. So 18, 19. And he somebody had offered him some land in Little Alaska, New Mexico, which is very rural by, I guess, Mora, New Mexico. And I started following his channel because I thought, wow, how interesting. And he actually built a place where he could live with his bare hands. And he's a young kid. He's an intellectual. He's articulate. Um, he's also like a musician where he does some rap stuff. Very good. He's also does some. He's just an extremely talented young man who seems to be a very old soul. And I've watched him as far as his determination, his vulnerabilities, his strength, his focus, his the motivation. He's very driven, and he seems to be very humble, and again very vulnerable. Well, after he had built his cabin, or maybe even before he had built his cabin, he had acquired a puppy, and it was a lab and Great Pyrenees, I believe. And because this kid Will liked to play basketball a lot, he called his dog Hooper, and he would go Hoop Dog, and but the way he did it, he'd yell the dog's name throughout the mountain. And this dog had such freedom, and the two of them together, it was just really, really cool to watch this young man, build this life. So he lost his dog yesterday. And I don't know, the last I heard, I think that the dog got into something and ate something that he wasn't aware of, because you can't keep your eye on your dogs all the time. And I apologize for this. I knew this was going to happen because, unfortunately, when I think about it, I cry, and because I know what it feels like to lose an animal. But Will, as a young man, a young adult, he's wondering what he could have done. And in all fairness, he would do things differently than what he did do, but with the knowledge that he had and where he was, he did the best he could. And he did get the dog to the vet. And unfortunately, Hooper, who was never in a cage at all, unfortunately died in a cage by himself. And that's something that Will is having the most difficult time with, and I don't blame him, because had he have been known, I'm sure he would have been there for his dog. Anyway, I see that I just keep bawling here. I put this video up. I will put this video up. I'm talking about this because, one, I think Hooper should be remembered, because even though we only got to watch him grow for about 6 months, you know how many people loved this dog and rooted for this dog and prayed for this dog? And you know how many people have enjoyed this young man's content, his humility, his words of wisdom at such a young age? Somebody had said to me in my chat one day, well, I'm 15, what do I know? And I said, you're valued. Will's channel brings value to my life because it shows me that not everybody is going in the direction that I fear for this world, but that there's people that are still hanging on to the values that are important and that have been important for generations, and they have a platform and they're being welcomed. The content creators, as well as the message. And you know, my heart goes out to Will, and I believe that Hooper is running around in heaven, and he's going to guide his little brother that Will just got Bucket. He got Bucket just a few days before Hooper passed. So that's too bad, because he got Bucket so that Hooper would have somebody to like hang out with while Will was, you know, building more stuff, because you got to go on his website just to see what this kid has built on this mountain with his bare hands. You know, now he's using a little bit of power tools, but he's doing it. He's doing it with his bare hands. And I think that's incredible. And yeah. So guys, this was not, it was going to be a video that was going to pull at your heartstrings. And but I believe that when people are gone, they're only gone if you stop talking about them. As long as you keep talking about them, they're still around. So, Hoop Dog! Guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. I'm going to put Will's link below if you have an interest in checking him out and in sending some good vibes over his way. All right, guys. Thank you. I appreciate you. Have a good Friday.